Hello and welcome back to the Rangers Dojo. Today's deck profile is going to be Leviathan control. Basically, this is Bobby Break's Leviathan control that we kind of edited it to our own personal kind of thing. Basically, we just added 3 bottles and tweaked a little bit of a few different cards. But so basically, we'll get into it. 3 Tritonus. It's just kind of your big beater. It's Leviathan. Hence the Leviathan control. You can draw 5, adds 4,000 to all of your water monsters. It's a pretty good card. I mean, it's not very good early game, but if you can hit it off with all of the other Leviathans, it's pretty great. So that's some of your 10s. For your first round of 9s, we've got Andromeda. Basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's broken. You get 2 shields. And if they attack you, they have to tap another creature. Then for the next is 3 Scorch. Really broken. Utterly really good. And it's a Leviathan, which makes this, in this deck, even more amazing. King Coral. If you watch the Leviathan Control versus Kalima match, it's this card. This is it. This card's phenomenal in this. So whenever this creature or one of your other Leviathans enters the battle zone, return all cards that are level 4 or less from the battle zone to the underhand. So basically, I mean, as long as you have this on the field, you play it, you bounce basically more than all of your opponent's blockers. You can do this. So return, this hits the field. So basically, King Coral's on the field. You play this, everything returns to your opponent's hand, or that are level 4 and less, and then you can activate Scourge's effect, and makes your opponent discard. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's how the chain would work. But this card just breaks this deck. It's utterly disgusting. I personally think it's one of the best Leviathans. It's phenomenal. So for the next 7s, we've got Terra Pit, because why not remove a card for free if it hits your Shield Blast. It's also solid black bait for mana. For the next for 6s, we've got Lyra, because tapping a card for a turn is wonderful. I mean, it's a double breaker. It's a 6/6. I think it's a pretty solid turn 6. Storm Fart Blast, because that's just a card, and I think that wins games. It's pretty solid. 1 Wave Lancer. It's a blocker and a skirmisher, so it can only attack creatures. But the whole point of this is it's a 5. It's a blocker, and when it is destroyed, it returns to your hand. So you block, returns to the hand, and it dies. You have King Coral on the field, and you can just infinitely just bounce cards, because you block something big. You block their double breaker, their triple breaker. You block something that's causing you problems. This dies, returns to the hand next turn. Well, you just saved yourself some shields, and now you get to return everything and start swinging at their face. So, I mean, it's a pretty solid card. We only run 1 of it because usually you'll always run into it, but it's a pretty solid card. For the next one is Leviathan, is King Neptune. It's Leviathan. It's a Keeper Loss, or a Tricky Turnip. It can be targeted by spells or abilities. It's your Tricky Turnip keepers in this deck, except for it's a 5 instead of a 4 or a 3. You generally get there pretty decently fast. Grip of Despair, because it helps out with your purple and water if you have just open up bad, and you get the return and your opponent discards a card. I mean, it's a pretty solid Shield Blast. Bone Blades, it's a 4 Shield Blast. Get rid of something, a problem, level 4 or less. It's a good Shield Blast. It's also really good for mana. I mean, that's how at least we play it. It's a pretty good card. Fumes, because getting rid of your opponent's hand's always good. It's a pretty solid card. We do play 3 Keepers of the Law, because why not play 2 cards that Can be targeted by spells or abilities. And Keeper is a pretty solid light card. I mean, arguably one of the few best. The card that everyone thinks is absolutely busted. 3 bottles. We play bottles because, well, we were playing a super open format, and we've played a bunch of matches where bottle super busted, especially in the Kalima and Leviathan match. And we've played bottle where we've have a Haven versus Haven, and I didn't see anything with it. It was kind of just a waste. So we don't think bottle's super busted. Definitely see it at 1, but that's just our views. Crystal Memory, because searching through your deck and knowing your deck very well allows you to know exactly what's in your shields, which basically helps benefit you because then you can learn how to play around it, and then you can also grab some missing key parts in your deck or from your hand. Next we've got 3 Piercing Judgments. Pretty self-explanatory. Tap and bounce a card. Pretty great Shield Blast. Toxic Fog. It's a Shield Blast. All enemy creatures get minus 1,000. Helps you, with the Wave Lancer, or just kind of helps in that aspect. Also gives you some purple for your mana. Mesmerize, because again, why not start getting rid of some of your opponent's hand. Aqua Strider, because it's Aqua Strider and we can play it. So it's pretty obvious. It's a 2 for 4 blocker. And 1 Dark Return, because again, allows us for purple for the play in the mana, darkness in the mana. It's a Shield Blast, and we get to choose a creature from the discard pile to return on the hand. So if somehow, I don't know, a King Coral hits your drop zone that you needed, or a Andromeda hits your drop, somehow a guy had to get discarded by a Mesmerize, something hit your drop zone early game that you kind of need. It's nice to be able to have that opportunity, chance to be able to get it back. But yes, that's our Leviathan control deck. Like I said, it's basically Bobby Breaks Leviathan deck, except with bottles. Yeah, let us know what you think. We're trying this new kind of explaining the decks a little bit more. If you have any other questions about the deck on why we chose the card compared to what, feel free to add them into the comments. Also make sure to there'll be a link in the description of tournament brackets and the link to our Facebook page. So make sure you go onto there for the cool giveaways that we'll be doing and prizes and stuff like that we have planned out. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you.